Quite a number of people I converse with in the United States are not very familiar with the places I've traveled or where I currently live. And this can lead to me surprising them about what's available on an island in the middle of the Atlantic, such as high-quality sushi. We were lucky to have taken part in the first anniversary of North Sushi in Ribeira Grande. Now, this wasn't just a celebration of a business's success in their first year. It was also a celebration of products produced in the Azores and Portugal. North Sushi has a modest location in Mercado Municipal da Ribeira Grande. On this night, they served up a special 10-course meal showcasing their expertise in sushi, using locally sourced ingredients paired with local water, wine, beer, gin, tea, and liquor. Paula, founder and CEO of Azores Essentials, guided diners through the drink pairings for the evening's event. She presented in Portuguese and English. I believe we weren't the only English speakers at the event. She also conversed with us in Portuguese, helping us practice with our language skills. North Sushi's chef Pedro, humble and grateful for his success, described each plate as it was being served as well, also in Portuguese and English. It was extra nice to be able to tell him directly how great we thought the food was throughout the event. The evening started with a friendly mingling of attendees. Everyone was provided a delicious complimentary fruit-infused drink. And we, being awkward and linguistically a bit out of our element, we're a bit cautious, but the staff made sure to help us feel comfortable. Once a cozinha ficou pronta, it was time to take our seats, get introduced to the event, and have the first course delivered. Course 1.
The arito that you're having in this wine is different from the arito that you have later on from an Azorian wine.
Starts with the first thing, vegetables that are
This plate was light and flavorful, a great warm-up for the meal. Side note, if you were not aware, tempura is actually of Portuguese origin, and the Japanese, they perfected it. The wine was light and tasty. On a second side note, I'm not a wine snob or anything, so my reviews of the wines are going to be lackluster. I'm sorry. Desculpa. Course 2.
The beverage is a straight shot, neat, a gin. It comes straight because you're going to blend it with the broth of the soup.
Our miso soup has the original touch and the Azorian touch. The original, they come with tofu, but I decided to put our fresh cheese.
Simply an excellent miso soup. The gin was strong, as it should be, but it didn't detract from the meal with its flavor. Course 3.
No, the last movie we've dived, it's like a blonde, like a summer vibe, crispy type of beer. It goes very well with some fish, some starters, with some seafood. So that's the magic that this drink is gonna have.
The taco ceviche first 8 years ago when I worked in the first restaurant that I started making sushi. All over the years I put my touch, so I used the nori seaweed with some panko to get that crunchy, and added some guacamole too, and a spicy to the ceviche.
The taco ceviche was one of the stars of the evening. The crispy nori emulating the corn shell of a taco was excellent. While only having one was the correct number for the overall size of the whole meal, we definitely wanted another one once we finished ours. The Cliff Dive Blonde from Azores Brewing was the kind of beer I typically enjoy. Light, non-hoppy beer that would be good on a hot day. Course 4.
This is the international corner on the drinks that we say. It's a Japanese beer. It's 5% alcohol. It's produced in Germany, but with the authorization of the original producer. It's 100% beer, only the first press fermentation. This is why it's a much lighter beer. Supposedly, this using only the first layer gives it more simplicity and it's lighter, so it has less bitterness.
Our next dish is the Amberjack Nigiri from Azores. It has a little bit of fat, so with the beer, I think it goes very well. And it has a tiny flavor of citrus at the end.
This is a staple sushi plate here that uses lime, and in this case, an edible flower, to give the flavor an extra oomph. I think I've had Amberjack Nigiri on the island every time I've been out for sushi and selected the chef's choice. Kirin beer, while not produced in Portugal, was selected for its culinary appropriateness. Course 5.
So this one that you have is from the same house that produced the first wine plant tonight, and on the end of the mouth with Mingle. And we hope that that actually blends with the texture of the fish that we serve in sashimi.
We have it's sort of sashimi. It's a little bit dry, but we added wasabi and herbs sauce to add a little fruity taste.
The wasabi sauce for this dish was outstanding. Again, a case of we wanted more, but understood that other things were coming. And this non-wine guy sadly has no memory of anything specific about this wine. I should have taken notes. I feel bad. I will say that wine in the US does give me terrible headaches. But the wine here, so far, doesn't have that negative side effect on me. Course 6.
Nice tea to be produced in the Azores, and it was produced with a very complete respect to 3 families that produced tea in the Azores since the 1880s. That's why it's called Chaco, and it's produced by Ribeira. But it's their premium green tea. So it has a slight bitterness, but it has a aroma of the jasmine.
The same soup rice that I made in sushi with the vinegar and everything, but it's fried and with some avocado and like a ceviche tuna.
Another amazing item on the menu. The flavor of the tuna and avocado on the fried sushi rice was excellent. The tea is from Chagoriana, the famous tea plantation on the island. Love their teas. They are organic, flavorful, and keep the classic ways of production. Course set.
So the one that's being served is the first Syrian wine. Wines in the Azores are middle, fresh, and they're very light. So this is what is wrong. It's slightly different from the other one because of the very citrus and very herbaceous wine that ends up being refined in the bottle.
The next dish is the Gunkan original Azorian. It's our pirate fish and our limpets. I think it goes very well with the Azorian wine because it has the citrus. So for the limpets, I think it's the best.
Parrotfish and limpets. 2 great flavors that go great together in this dish. It probably was the fishiest dish of the night, as limpets really capture the taste of the sea, but that's a part of the reason I like it. Sadly, no notes on the wine, but none of them stick out as being not good. It's the 7th course stretch, so let's take a look at something that's coming to the channel soon. Course 8.
Well, this is one of the oldest wine producers, and it was mostly about and so give it a try and try the 2 more variants of Savannah to hold one with yours.
We have the Bonito Nigiri. So it's marinated in soy sauce and citrus, plated with some fresh wasabi. So I think it's gonna get some of the salt of the soy sauce and make it an interesting flavor.
Warning. I attacked this course. My memory is limited. Animal instincts kicked in. Hungry, eat, good. Bonito is known for being hard and making those curly flakes that go on top of the other food. So I was curious about this one. And it wasn't tough or chewy. It was very delicious. So about the wine. I forgot to take video or pictures of it, so it was good. Wasn't bad. None of them were bad. Horse, no.
That's my mistake. Do you like their tea?
Okay.
So, this is the soy chain. That was basically the first time I developed this.
For the last dish, we have the soft cut wrap. It's a bit sweet and salty. It makes a nice contrast. So the katsuobushi on top, it's a pleasure.
Beautiful presentation with the plate here. And that soft-shelled crab was delectable. The Rocha Negra gin was great with it. We often drink this gin on the island when having gin and tonics. Horse dish.
This tea is good. People like it. If you like it, feel free to tell me. Don't feel obliged to tell me. It's botanical. It's a green tea done with salted, like whatever. Steam over the hot springs in Tuna. So this is how the green tea is cooked. And that sounds fine.
For the last plate of the night, we have our cookies specially made for tonight from groundnut with green tea and the original mochi with matcha. So I really enjoyed that you like everything. Thankful for you to come for the anniversary event.
The matcha cookies were a crumbly sort of cookie. I enjoyed them. The mochi was my favorite of the plate because I fully enjoy that mashed rice gooey treat. It was a sweet way to end the meal, but not overly sweet. Just right. The tea is grown in Furnish and cooked with the hot spring waters also found in the town. Very special and unique. Before the night was concluded, they did share a 1-year anniversary cake slice with everyone as well. Due to the right sizing of the meal, we absolutely had room for it, and they made sure the kitchen staff was seen and publicly thanked for their support, which they absolutely deserved. Once it was all concluded, the Mercado's party kicked into gear and a band started rocking. We happily wobbled full of flavor to our car and had a pleasant drive home. The 10 courses were amazing. We were full but not over full. And the flavors of the night, they kept us chatting about what we liked long after we had left the event. And I'm sure we dreamt of those flavors that night as we tucked into bed like happy children after getting a bunch of presents on Christmas. Although not every meal can be this, North Sushi has outstanding food on their regular menu. And as seating is limited, it's a good idea to call ahead for reservations, so you can have a tasty sushi treat while you explore the Azores.